and I attempt to buy their submission and cooperation, is that the man's fault or the woman's
I'm
fault?
not talking about that.
I'm asking you a question. I'm asking you a question, brother.
I'm not talking about that, bro. Don't ask me no dumbass.
That
I'm
ain't a
not
dumb
talking
question.
about that, bro.
I'm
I was
asking you a
contextualized about
question. I'm asking
what's
you a
the
question.
question, bro? What's
Don't
the
crash
goddamn
out.
question?
Don't crash out.
What's the question, bro?
Men may be able to get in your guts, but most men cannot get y'all to cooperate, no matter if he is a top tier guy. Shamar Moore couldn't keep his woman. Tyrese couldn't keep his woman. Michael B. Jordan couldn't keep his woman. When she went to the dude Idris that's on Snowflake. Lori Harvey still left him. Johnny Depp can't keep his woman. Tom Brady can't keep his woman. So it ain't just the average man that's failing. It's just like in the beginning of the Bible, he already failed as well too, because you're blaming the failure on Adam when she did it. But a man would rather be with a woman and he'd rather go to hell with her than be with no woman at all. So all women keep doing is weaponizing how much men love you, because men won't let nobody disrespect them except for women, and women will respect everybody but men. So let's be truthful about that.
So Ali said one statement. I'm just going to Ali said that why would he blame the man when the woman did it? But God blamed the man. God blamed everything on man. Jesus came down spending more time with men, counseling men, understanding that if he get the men in order, he was leading me. Y'all talk about leadership. Jesus mostly was spending time, that's God, on earth, spending time with men, counseling men, guiding man. What other examples, scripture, do you want to go by that shows us how to get things back in order? I never said one time that women ain't doing effed up stuff. Brother, I know it's some women out here that's taking advantage of you and just using you for your money. I know it's some women, I ain't gonna say it's some women using y'all for y'all box. Y'all, we don't care. Hold on. Well, he probably got his mic on mute. Can we stop saying that women are using us for our dedo? We don't care about that. Let's start being honest. We do not care about our image. We want to talk about the black woman's image. Nigga, we sluts. We don't care about what we put our D in. We don't. So can we stop the narrative that women are doing it? We will put our D in any ethnic group of woman. It doesn't matter. Anything that got a hole in it, we gonna smash because it's biologically wired. How about we practice self-control? I keep telling y'all, take these damn women power. You see, they got so much power away. Stop paying for their OnlyFans. Stop fucking them. That's all you got. If it's so bad that the women are lustful, why you keep feeding into your lust? Because the Bible also speak about self-control. You know, the fruits of the spirit. Don't, because fornication. It's funny that y'all think sin, the way y'all be framing these conversations, y'all try to make sin gender specific or sex specific. It's applied to all, man and woman. The man is just as much of a 304 as the woman. He just as much of a smut as the woman. He just as disgusting in God's sight as a woman when he does this sick and evil thing that he calls sin. But somehow when the woman have a high body count, she more wrong. But when the man do it, it's the woman's fault for allowing him access. Stop entering the damn woman. The Bible tell you flee from temptation. You niggas falling right in there like it's a dang cartoon with a banana and you slipping right into the box. That woman ain't graping you. That woman ain't forcing you to smash her. That woman not doing none of that. You willingly choose to lay down with set 304. Keep your D in your pants. If you're going to tell women to keep their box in their pants, tell men to keep their D in their pants. Stop falling into your lust. Fight your flesh. Fight your flesh. That's all I'm saying. So stop saying like it's more nasty when a woman do it and it's the woman this and she'll get smutted out and all these things. You dudes will smoke. You dudes will have intercourse with anything walking, bruh. And in God's sight, you going straight to hell just like her if she not saved, living in sin. So please don't try to say, like the way y'all be framing it, like it's more wrong if a woman do something. Just is absolutely diabolical. Hold the women accountable that's doing it. I don't mind. But you gotta also tell the men to keep their DNA pants. Run from temptation, not fall into it. But we can't speak like that no more. Because when you speak like that and tell a man to have self-control, you're one-sided, you're pandering, you're simping. I'm not even doing all that. I'm just telling you the truth because God said so. So if you want to bring the Bible into it, God told man and woman not to do these things. It ain't gender specific. The man is a 304, the woman is a 304. But you can all practice self-control. Point blank, period. I'm gonna go ahead and mute up. Anybody got a rebuttal, you can go ahead and we get back to topic with whatever Trey Smooth or Lapeef want to do.
Yes, biblically, culturally, and even biologically, a man's sex and a woman's sex carry different weights and consequences, and the Bible treats them in different ways. Let's break it down. Biblical lens is not the same standard. Adultery definition in the Old Testament, adultery was defined as man having sex with another man's wife, Leviticus 20:10. Not simply a man having multiple wives or sleeping with the unmarried woman he lawfully took. For women, any sexual activity outside of her husband or future husband was considered adultery or fornication. This shows God's law treated male and female sexuality different because of inheritance, lineage, and covenant structure. For men, sex could be part of his expanding his household, lineage, and covenant responsibility. Think Abraham, Jacob, or David. A man could add wives, concubines, and still be in the right standing with God as long as he did it lawfully and provided for them. For women, sex outside of her husband or betrothed broke the covenant and it could bring legal judgment or consequences. Deuteronomy 22:20-21. Because in what culture and law, her womb was tied directly to the household's bloodline. Biologically, men can father children with many women at the same time. Women can only carry one pregnancy at a time. This difference shaped ancient marriage laws to preserve inheritance clarity. Socially, a man's sexual access created provision and obligations. Exodus 22:16. A woman's sexual access was tied to covenant protection, economic security, and family honor. The New Testament keeps the moral framework. Sexual sin is still about covenant violation, but you see more emphasis on self-control for men because Greco-Roman culture was sex-saturated. Paul warns men specifically against sexual immorality, but still never equates a man's sexual capacity with a woman in the same term. The roles remain distinct. 1 Corinthians 7. Bottom line, basically, a man's sex and a woman's sex are not identical in meaning, consequence, or covenant law. For men, the sin is about who she belongs to, another man's wife, or breaking covenant terms. For a woman, the sin is about any sex outside her husband because her sexuality was tied directly to the household, legitimate, and inheritance.
Thank you, M. White. Motherfucking mic drop.
So M. White, I got one question. I just got one question. M. White.
Yeah, you are.
I need a rebuttal.
Ali. I got one question for M. White because I want clarity. Hold on, I just want to ask M. White one question.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
What was God's original design for marriage? What was God's original design for marriage? M. White? I didn't hear him.
I don't know. He on mute right now.
Okay, so
let's let Ali
Ali has something too.
And then
all right, man. So God's original design for marriage, one man, one woman. So just because God was recording what men were doing doesn't mean that he was in agreement with it. He allowed it, right? But that wasn't his design, because you can go back to Genesis and see his original design. There was incest in Genesis. Does that mean you should be effing your sister? No, but it is a historical text telling you what was going on at the same time. God did not agree with polygamy. Matter of fact, the downfall of Samuel, right? I'm sorry, Solomon. He, at the end, when he lost his life, he said, I count all those things in vain. 1,000 concubines and multiple wives, right? Had all the money, had everything in order. God recorded what men were doing. It doesn't mean it was allowed. And matter of fact, when Jesus is speaking on man and woman in relationships, when you go to the text, he says, if any man, singular.
Nowhere in the law.
He says.
So he's cherry picking the Bible too.
Man is man or woman.
Man
is man or woman.
I'm contextualizing information.
I'm about to work
because the Bible man means everyone
all the time.
Let me add. There's two things you're doing.
I was cherry picking the Bible, y'all.
Let me. Finish.
Everybody does.
But they're cherry picking man written tool.
If I'm gonna try to give women money, trick on them, get them to perform for me by paying them, and I attempt to buy their submission and cooperation, is that the man's fault or the woman's fault?
I'm not talking about that.
I'm asking you a question, brother.
I'm not talking about that, bro. Don't ask me no dumbass. I'm not talking about that, bro. I was contextualizing. What's the question, bro? What's the goddamn question? What's the question, bro?
If I'm trying to give women money, and if I'm trying to trick on them, and if I'm trying to get them to perform for me by paying for them and trying to buy their submission and cooperation, am I the problem or is she the problem?